The most controversial story in WWE and in wrestling right now is whether or not CM Punk is going to return to the company. Let's get into why and why not it could possibly happen. What's going on, guys? Andrew from What's Good in Wrestling here. Hopefully you guys will enjoy this video. I'm sure you will. I'm sure if you're clicking on this right now, you're thinking the same thing as me. What's going to happen with CM Punk? And will he show up to Survivor Series? Of course, WWE will be having their Survivor Series event, and maybe you're watching this after the event. The event is taking place November 25th on Saturday in Chicago, and we all know that a certain someone is the hometown boy. And there's been so much going on with CM Punk and what happened in AEW, showing up at Impact tapings, showing up at WWE while he was off from AEW for a little bit, and apparently talking to Triple H and mending things and talking to some of the roster. Is that going to change anything? Is CM Punk actually going to come back to the WWE? Let's break this down. So of course CM Punk has been gone for a long time, and now with what's happening and what happened in AEW, it looks like there's no return for him. It looks like they're not going to be bringing him back to AEW. And WWE has been open to bringing him back, apparently. They've had internal conversations, and apparently CM Punk has had the open availability to go to WWE. He might want to go there. There's been a lot of he said, she said, a lot of rumors, a lot of like BWE, the rumor source, saying that he's going to go to WWE. Then you have like guys like Sean Ross Sapp saying, no, it's not going to happen. So it's been really back and forth. I will say it would be special to see CM Punk back in the WWE. It would be something that would bring me back to a little bit of my childhood and high school time where CM Punk was still in WWE. It would just be a lot of fun to see that Chicago crowd go nuts for him. I know there's been a lot of issues, and there's been talks that WWE backstage personnel probably wouldn't welcome him back. But there's also a large portion of people who still work for the WWE that have said that they would welcome CM Punk back with open arms. And that's really interesting to see how that dynamic would play out. And it's worth mentioning that a lot of the names in WWE of people that aren't the biggest fan of CM Punk are guys like Roman Reigns and Seth Rollins. And they're at the top of the company. These are like main guys, of course. We all know this. And if they're not fans of CM Punk, and if they have any opinion, and if they have any say, that probably doesn't look too good. But then you have guys like Nick Aldis coming out. I know he's new to WWE, but coming out and saying that they would welcome CM Punk back if it worked. You know, Cody Rhodes, I'm sure, would be open to it. There's a lot of people there that would be happy to have CM Punk back. Probably even somebody like Jade Cargill, even though she hasn't debuted at the time of recording this video. Punk would be welcomed back by a good portion of people as well. I would just imagine how crazy that pop would be at Survivor Series if Cult of Personality played, or even This Fire Burns. Like, imagine if he comes back with that theme. That would really bring me back. There's also a big portion of me that thinks that this can't happen. Part of it is because recently CM Punk has been a huge troll, and on his Instagram, he has been posting clips of him as the devil, referencing AEW, and then playing the theme song to Survivor Series on his Instagram. Maybe this is just a big troll by him, and there's no coming back. There's no coming back to any wrestling company. Maybe he just wants to chill for a bit. Maybe he'll eventually go back to AEW and mend fences. It might be a long shot, maybe a long haul from there. He's running out of time. Like, he's getting older. CM Punk needs to make things happen now if he wants to finish off his career in wrestling, and I don't think that the way that he's left things right now probably has a good taste in his mouth. I think he wants to finish off on the right hand. He wants to finish off on the right note. So why not come back to the WWE and finish basically what you started? And he's been a very, very, very decorative champion and wrestler in the WWE. Like, of course, he's won the Money in the Bank twice. He's won the IC title. He's won the United States Championship. He's won the World Tag Team Championship with Kofi Kingston. He's won that world title 3 times, the one that's behind me. He's won the ECW title, and he's been WWE champion twice and had one of the best reigns in WWE history. So him coming back would be a full circle moment. It would be him coming back to the place that he really made a name for himself. Of course, he made a name for himself in Ring of Honor, but it's different. You go from Ring of Honor to WWE, you go to the Fed, as they like to call it, and you build up your superstar power there. You make yourself a name, and he's had incredible moments in the company. He's faced Undertaker at WrestleMania. Who could forget the pipe bomb story? But him coming back at Survivor Series would literally be one of the biggest moments in wrestling history. Because of the way he left and the way things were before, it's very difficult to see those things being good and him coming back and everything being fine. But with Triple H, like I said, being in charge of creative and him probably having a better opportunity to mend fences with a guy like Triple H, which apparently they've kind of already done, it just makes sense. It makes a lot of sense. And how would you book it? How would you book CM Punk coming back? Leave that in the comments down below. A lot of people are bringing up the Shinsuke Nakamura stuff, saying that he's teasing that CM Punk is going to come back in these promos, which have been fantastic, by the way. Shinsuke has been doing incredible work. They're saying that these promos are for CM Punk potentially. I'm kind of on the fence with that. Imagine Shinsuke doing an open challenge and saying, look, you know who you are. I've been calling you out. I've been talking to you directly. Say he sent a personal text or whatever he's done and saying, look, now's the time. I'm here to finish it. Let's go. And just have it as complete silence. Let it run through and have Shinsuke like, okay, like what's going to happen here? Come on, I'm waiting for you. I'm waiting for you. And whether or not, if it's CM Punk or not, that he directly wanted to have face him, have that music hit and have the roof come off the place. Because imagine if you open the show with that. Because if fans see Shinsuke in the ring to start Survivor Series, they're going to know something's up. Or WWE's just going to tease you like crazy and they're going to have like Pat McAfee come out or something and everybody just lose their mind. But that's the next thing I wanted to get into. At the time I'm recording this, Randy Orton hasn't come back yet and he hasn't been named the last member of Cody's team. So if that's already happened, I haven't seen it yet because I can't predict the future. What we know now is that Drew McIntyre, at the time of recording this, has joined the Judgment Day team, shaking the hands of Mommy Rhea Ripley, and he is going to try to tear through that face team. The reason I'm bringing all this up is because Randy Orton is the rumored last member, and the reason why they're going to do this before Survivor Series is for the exact reason that CM Punk might not be able to be there and that might not happen. So fans might be pissed if they wait till Survivor Series to announce that last member, even though it's Randy freaking Orton. WWE has to be very careful with this situation. So they're going to have Orton probably join that team on Raw next week, the week before Survivor Series. They're probably going to get, the face team is going to get pumped. I believe there's a disadvantage match or something like that, or advantage match. And Randy Orton's going to come out for the save. It's going to be a massive return, and he's going to join that team. So that sets up no surprises for Survivor Series. Maybe we'll get a Jade Cargill, but nothing's announced there. But that's going to set up the crowd to potentially be waiting for CM Punk. And you don't want any surprises at Survivor Series, so that way it doesn't cause chaos and people are disappointed when somebody else comes out. Is the whole crowd going to chant CM Punk the whole night if they're not going to bring him in? I don't know. That could ruin the whole show. So hopefully, if there isn't a CM Punk plan, that WWE has a plan to get rid of those CM Punk chants, because it might happen the whole show. We know Chicago and we know wrestling fans. Hell, I'm not going to lie. If I was there, I would join in on the chants. I haven't been the biggest fan of CM Punk and what's been going on, but I am straight edge and he is part of the reason why I'm straight edge. So I've always respected CM Punk and I actually do hope he comes back because I was a fan and still am. So let me know down below in the comments. Do you think CM Punk is going to come back to the WWE at Survivor Series in Chicago? We'll come back to this video and see if anything that I said or what you commented was correct. So if you're new here, like and subscribe. That's what's good in wrestling. Hopefully you guys will stick around and I'll see you in the next video.